let me say this. We must never forget the power that liberty has and the power and the hunger of ordinary people who want to better their lives, right? So at some point in time, maybe, just maybe, sitting down with this guy and saying, what can we do? Like sitting across the table with them and looking him in the eye.
All right, okay with the one-on-one with North Korea?
And say, what can we do to what can we do to normalize relations?
You're assuming he's a rational player.
Yeah.
That's what you're assuming. This is a political theory of realism. When, okay, as long as he's armed and we're armed, we can sit down like rational people at the table. However, Richard, he has proven over and over again he can't be rational. So how are you going to sit down with a guy as crazy as him?
They're almost daring the United States to invade. I mean, but that's they've been like this propaganda machine has been convincing all the people in North Korea that the United States is going to invade and then will try and destroy the regime.
I get that, right? But think about the Cold War. At some point in time, it took an American president saying, maybe the Soviets are rational actors and we have to sit down and talk to them, and that's what ended the Cold War.
Détente worked with the Soviets. Détente does not work with North Korea. It doesn't work.
Richard, it sounds nice in theory, but are you going to take this man at his word if an agreement is made?
Listen, for 4 presidents have tried different strategies and none of them worked.
So now you think they're sitting down with the lunatics?
Well, no,
I'm not saying
to roll back sanctions. I'm saying let's keep the sanctions. Let's keep all of our ships in place.
Have a chat. Clear, Richard. President Clinton was instrumental
in the Sunshine Policy in '93
in thinking that somehow you could be rational with this guy, that he wouldn't build up his nuclear program. All right? And now we're in a situation where they are most definitely a threat. For us to be playing ball with them, no, it's not. It's gotten too far. We've tried that before,
but here's the thing. But the next step we're going to is some form of nuclear war. Right? Like, that's where we're headed.
There's a step along the way.
That's why we've got to have a conversation.
But riding unicorns into North Korea to give them hugs isn't going to work either, unfortunately.
Okay, nobody can hear you guys.
Anytime that there's if any of their ballistic missiles hit a landmass, whether it's Japan, whether it's Hawaii, that's guaranteed nuclear annihilation, right? Because if they hit any of those landmasses, we are going to strike with nuclear war.
So, bottom line, $1 billion economic sanctions are not going to do it. We need more. We need more sanctions.
We'll talk more in overtime, but, you know, there's land underneath the water. So if they're hitting off the coast of Japan with precision and they're practicing, you play like you practice. Okay? They may already have that capability.
That's my point, which is why we've got to cool this down a little bit.
Yeah,
take the temperature
people
down.
Can get difficult.